After a restless night, I began the day with a beautiful solitary morning atmosphere in the mountains of Ticino. Today's plan was actually to hike to the Cabana Ribia hut, but things turned out differently. There were two options to reach the hut. Either via a red and white hiking trail which would lead all the way down into the valley, only to lead back up to the hut on the other side, or a slightly longer but in my opinion more interesting route, which however turns into a blue and white hiking trail at the end. Blue and white trails are demanding alpine routes requiring mountain experience. I usually avoid them when hiking alone, as there's no one to call for help, and now it had even snowed the night before. You can probably already guess which trail I decided on, right? Yes, a longer and more difficult one. I had to tread carefully since the rocks were slick with snow and ice, but the contrast between the vivid color of the trees and the sky against the white snow was absolutely stunning. After about 5 hours, I reached Lake Lago di Sifi, where the red and white trail turned into the blue and white trail. Although it was a bit harder to see the trail markers because of the snow, the ascent went quite well, and I was in good spirits, thinking the path to the hut would be manageable. But then I reached the north slope. The two lakes there were frozen, and there was a lot more snow. I followed the path for a while longer, but I had to be very careful not to slip. However, when I saw where the trail continued, I decided not to take that risk, and after 6 hours of hiking, resolved to take a different path down into the valley, involving another 1,200 meters of descent. I think that was the right decision, although it meant I couldn't reach the second hut before nightfall, so I headed home a day earlier than planned. The day was beautiful but also exhausting. I had sore muscles for 3 days afterwards.